Before we get absolutely shit-faced, I'd like to remind everybody that this podcast contains two very pissed-up gays of their opinions, rants and raves in life, and overall explicit content which we know you will love. Everyone and anyone is welcome to this podcast, so strap yourselves in, pour yourself a large one, down it just like us, and pour another, and let's get this going and read between the wines. Oh God, that went everywhere.
Oh.
Nice little gin and tonic. It's not a gin and tonic. It's a cherry tango.
Sunday night equivalent.
Well, yeah, I can't be bothered to drink today. Well, I will drink for the purposes of this podcast, I suppose.
I reckon this would be really nice with a bit of vodka with it as well.
Fucking let's cut the cameras and get some vodka. Well, I'm hoping this fucking records because the catastrophic failure of the tech. So yeah, let's hope this one goes out.
I'm sure it will. It'll be another banger like it always is.
Sunday night.
I wonder what that was though.
I know, I've got a butt plug in. Took some advice from last week's people, didn't I, that wrote in? Got yourself a little butt plug going on. I ain't got a butt plug.
Needs must.
Fuck that. I couldn't sit here. You'd hear it anyway. Because we record. Well, these mics, I'm sure these mics will pick up a vibrating butt plug if it was stuck in my arsehole.
If it was vibrating, yeah.
What's the point of a butt plug then if it don't vibrate?
Not all butt plugs vibrate though, do they?
But what's the point of it then?
I think it's just the sensation of something up your arse.
But that just feels like you got piles though, surely. Have you ever had piles before?
No.
I have when I was... I don't know why, but I don't know why I was so... God, we're not even a minute in yet. I'm talking about piles and butt plugs. Well, I can only assume that that's what it was. But when I was, well, about 20 years ago now, but it feels like you need to go, shit.
I can only imagine. But the point is you can't, right?
God. No, I think you can. You can, but it's because you've got... Well, it's like swollen blood vessels, isn't it? So it feels like...
Swollen sphincter.
Yeah. Well, this is a lovely intro to this this episode, but I don't have a butt plug and I don't have one in, and I just don't understand the point of it if it didn't vibrate.
No, I don't know. Butt plug users, please.
Yeah, please let us know. I mean, obviously it does have purpose because we get so many fucking people writing about butt plugs. Anyway, God, we're not even 5 minutes in yet, and we've already laid the foundations for a filthy episode. How's your week been?
Yeah, it's been a busy one here in RBTW headquarters.
Very busy day today at the theatre. Tech rehearsals, merch, filming.
Absolutely.
You name it, we fucking done it today.
It's all slotting into place very nicely. Still sweating my bollocks off.
Oh my lord. One moment.
But yeah, it's all very exciting. So 29th...
29th of November. Did you need to stop for a second?
Well, you seemed very...
Well, I was swallowing my cherry tango, wasn't I? 29th of November, 2025 at the Tramshed Theatre.
2024.
Did I say 2025?
This is the way I should have said it.
Fuck you. I always get it wrong, don't I? 29th of November 2024 at the Tramshed Theatre in Woolwich. 7:30pm. We are on stage and we're going to have a fucking good time.
We're going to have a whale of a time.
Yeah, 2024. Please do not turn up a year later. Should have learnt when I booked the flights wrong, shouldn't I? That I get dates wrong. But yes, merch. The merch is we've got the merch sorted now. We're really excited about.
We are indeed.
Some of the merch that we've got for the night. We can't give too much away. We did a little teaser.
We did
on socials. However, we've not really shown what they are.
No.
So
you're gonna have to come to the show and find out for yourselves.
You're in for a fucking treat.
Give us your money.
You're in. Well,
not
yes.
Us,
give us your money, but it's not actually going to us. We're profiting 0% from this show. It's all going to Seed Eating Disorder Charity.
Absolutely.
A life-saving charity which helps people not just to survive but thrive and work really hard to be free of an eating disorder. So very worthy charity, one close to our heart.
Indeed.
So yes, nothing that we make or raise on the night is going to us whatsoever. It's all going to the charity. So please turn up, have a look at the merch. You are going to be very surprised. Anyway, that's a little plug over. Plug. The podcast plug. Show plug. Fuck it. Plugs galore.
Plugs all over the place.
Let's dive into some news.
Yes.
The Labour MP has been caught on camera sucker punching a constituent in a late night brawl. He has been suspended by the Labour Party today, which we kind of thought was coming. We kind of thought he was going to get suspended.
We did, yeah.
Mike Amesbury sent the man to the floor with one punch before raining 5 further blows, and it was a seemingly unprovoked attack.
Yeah.
That's what you get in Runcorn.
Although, I don't know, it was a rather tame fight.
Yeah, but I think we only saw the tail end of it, because the footage that we saw, I mean, this was before we slotted this into the news segment. We saw this yesterday.
We did.
The video looked like it wasn't him, and he was essentially set upon.
Yeah.
But it's come to light that it was the other way around.
Well, truth will out, and yeah.
He was like, I was going to slot some audio in, but I couldn't fucking be bothered. He was like, no, you'll never start an MP again. I'm like, hun, you're a Labour MP of Runcorn. You are not Queen Elizabeth or King Charles.
Exactly.
You're fucking a Labour MP of Runcorn. You ain't no one.
Yeah, and he certainly ain't no Anthony Joshua either.
Oh, God. Runcorn as well. What a shithole. I'm sorry if anyone is from Runcorn that listens to this. But the reason why I think Runcorn is a shithole is because... have you ever seen 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps?
Oh, I'm not.
That was set in Runcorn.
Oh, was it? I'm not a big fan of that show.
Oh my God, it's one of my favourite shows ever.
Okay.
I fucking love it.
Okay.
But anyway, yes. Joe Lycett announced this week that he's become a dad in a touching Instagram post. What are your thoughts on this?
I actually didn't know that he was... Does he identify as polysexual?
Pansexual, isn't it?
Pansexual, that's right. I didn't know that. I thought he was gay.
No, he's always said that he's not gay. I think he said years ago that he was bi or something, but I don't really, to be honest, I don't really like him very much. I kind of like bits and pieces that he does, but he always really annoyed me.
Yeah.
Did like the joke about Grindr and the terrorists, so that was a good one. But I'm not sure whether this is with him, because everything is a fucking hoax and everything is a prank. Yeah. I don't know whether this is real or not.
Well, I'm sure in the next coming days, weeks, we'll find out.
Because I just got this funny feeling that picture, he's going to be holding a potato or something and not a baby. But if he is or has become a dad, then massive congratulations.
Congratulations.
Welcome to the fold, Joe Lycett.
Indeed.
This one took me by surprise, but I'm fucking glad that it happened now and not a few weeks ago. Adele has been left temporarily deaf in one ear after she suffered an agonising ear infection for the past 8 weeks. Now, obviously I don't want Adele to have an ear infection,
No.
We worship her, so I hope she's okay. However, the reason why I said I'm glad it happened now, I mean, I'm not glad it's happened at all, but in the context of what's happened, she said that she contracted a rare water bacteria during her 10-day residency in Munich. So we're fucking lucky. We're fucking lucky that it didn't happen. Like, obviously she got it in Munich, but fuck me, could you imagine? I would have been devastated.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, I hope she's okay.
Yeah. So what does that mean for her remaining Vegas shows?
Well, I think she's okay. She just said that she's a bit deaf at the moment.
Oh, okay.
But listen, it's going to take more than a fucking ear infection to
to
bring Adele down. She's like the Queen.
Indeed. Doesn't hearing have some effect on your balance, right?
Yeah, but I mean, let's face it. I love Adele, but she's a powerhouse.
No,
she just stands there and delivers music.
Yeah.
It's not like Pink, where she's doing acrobatics and all that shit. So.
Well, I just wondered if it had any effect on your vocal cords or your singing. Obviously not. Sounds like she's...
I don't know. Why don't you go contract a rare water bacteria infection and then find out for your fucking self?
The things I do for this show.
Wow. Beyonce appeared on stage yesterday, or was it yesterday or Friday? Alongside Vice President Kamala Harris at a rally in Texas. Oh, it was on Friday night. We've got a little bit of a snippet of Beyonce in action, so let's hear what she had to say for Kamala. Kamala, sorry.
I'm not here as a celebrity. I'm not here as a politician. I'm here as a mother. A mother who cares deeply about the world my children and all of our children live in. A world where we have the freedom to control our bodies. A world where we're not divided. Our past, our present, our future merge to meet us here.
The only thing I will say on this is, why can't Beyonce be the President of the United States? Because the world would be fucking a much better place. I'm not about to spat my political views on this podcast, but God, it would be lovely if Beyonce was President.
I wonder what her policies would be. I mean, she'd clearly be a Democrat, obviously, based on this.
Well, obviously, but I'm not getting into politics. I'm just saying Beyonce should be the President and life would be a better place. That's all I've got to say on that one. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Is it Dundin? Dunedin Airport in New Zealand has introduced a maximum hugging time of 3 minutes at drop-off zones. Officials at the airport in New Zealand's South Island have brought in the policy to allow more passengers to greet or say goodbye to their loved ones, but it has been criticised as inhumane. Now, you found this story for this pod. All I will say on this is yes. Because you know me, I'm not an affectionate person. I don't care.
No.
I'm going to be getting out of that fucking taxi and be like, bye! I'm about to go on a plane to LA. I don't want to say, fuck y'all. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think obviously there's sometimes couples do, especially if they're going to do it like right in the middle of the pathway to get through, in the middle of security, hold people up.
I'm like, get the fuck out of the way because I'm trying to get on the plane.
Yeah.
Go away.
Yeah.
So I'm all for this.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. In fact, I think 3 minutes is too long. Just like charging
for hugging,
them.
just to be clear, just for hugging.
Well, what are you going to do at airport?
No, but what are you going to do in 3 minutes?
There's a lot you can do in 3 minutes.
maybe probably the toilets or something like that.
Well, they do, don't they? Gay people do it all the time at airports. I've seen it on Grindr.
There we go.
My arsehole ex apparently was on Grindr in the airport. My friend Ben saw him. Not that I give a flying fuck, but that's my point. A lot can be done in 3 minutes.
Absolutely. Yeah, time limit, please.
A judge in northern Greece on Thursday imposed a suspended 1-month prison sentence on a man convicted of disturbing his neighbours by repeatedly sneaking into their properties to smell their shoes. Again, another news story you've brought to the table this week. What a fucking weirdo.
Of all the things to be sniffing,
Do you know what I mean? If the neighbours are hot, you would at least try and get the underwear, wouldn't you, or something like that? Oh,
I don't know, like... What?
Maybe not round here, though. That.
I just think, yeah, like... I know some people have a big kink for feet, and feet are a big fetish.
They just need to put chloroform in their shoes, and then I would do that on purpose. Or I'd put like a shit ton of poppers. Poppers in the trainers. That's what I'd do. Or some anthrax, if you hated the neighbour.
So to all our Greek listeners, you know, if you live nearby...
next week from anti-terrorism.
Is anthrax still a thing? You don't see it mentioned in the news much anymore.
Anne Frank?
Anthrax.
Oh, I thought you said Anne Frank. I was like, well, I'm pretty sure she's still relevant somehow. I don't know. I don't know much about anthrax, to be honest. I just know that, remember that time when they were sending all the anthrax to the news...
Yeah.
The news offices.
Offices, yeah.
And they were opening it up.
Yeah, and it lined on the envelopes and all that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Maybe I should start doing that to people I hate. Nice little revenge.
I don't think there's enough envelopes in the world.
Enough anthrax in the world. Last one. A plane passenger has been slammed for spineless revenge on a man who stole his legroom. A man has been branded spineless after he shared the way he got revenge on an entitled fellow plane passenger who used his foot space for his own personal luggage area. Now, so basically, this guy has said that he got on a plane, and the person in front of him, he said it was this big burly biker.
Okay. And
the guy in front of him obviously put his luggage in the overhead cabin, and then he also had this giant rucksack. Now, the biker sat down in the seat, which is in front of him, and he put the rucksack under the chair but pushed it to the back, so this guy had no leg room or foot space, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so he said so the guy that's got the revenge said that he went to the loo, and there was the typical type of strong puddle of urine in the front of the toilet. So what he did was he rubbed his feet into the puddle of piss. Now, he said he was wearing an old pair of trainers anyway, so it didn't bother him. And he come out of the lav and he hopped his feet onto the floor and rubbed his trainers all into the backpack of the big burly biker. Now, he has been slammed and being labelled as spineless. What do you think?
I don't know. I would probably try and do something the same. It's just like, that's his space. Like, but you're meant to put it in the seat in front of you.
I think that's tame. Now, they called him spineless. I think that's tame. Have you seen that video of that lady with the hair's flapped over? She puts the lady's hair in drink. She puts chewing gum in it. She licks a chubba chub and she puts it in her hair. Now, that's the sort of girl that I can get behind.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking just pissy backpack. You got off lightly.
I don't know, what else could you have done?
I don't know, but we've seen how I behave on a plane if someone pisses me off.
Yeah, thank God you're not allowed lighters and matches on there.
How about that fight? Well, not fight, but that row I had in where was it? We was Tunisia.
Yeah.
I suppose they didn't boot me out of the country, but that fucking bitch.
Oh, she was
you weren't there.
awful.
No, you weren't there, but you were going to pay the extra luggage, and then I got into this argument with this fucking bitch who had the cheek to tell me to shut up. Well, that was the last thing that she did.
Then she had to sit next to us.
Yes, I fucking knew it. Going through security, going getting a drink. I thought, I know what's going to happen. This fucking bitch is going to have the whole plane. There's a whole plane of seats, and bearing in mind that fucking plane weren't even packed.
Yeah, no, true.
Where do we get sat next to her?
Well, she wouldn't sit next to us.
No, she wouldn't.
You
know why?
There we go.
I thought, don't you fucking talk to me. I was like, I won't get into what I said, but I was like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Don't. I went off on one. Should have been so fucking rude. I wasn't even doing anything to her. I was talking to the nasty person that charged us for all of that bloody extra luggage.
Yeah. Oh. Some people want to fucking get involved.
Yeah.
Maybe they should step back.
And her dad tried to say something. I was like, do you want to
Was
start?
that her dad?
That was her dad.
I thought they were a couple.
No, that was her dad, because her dad went to say something to me as well. Big fucking mistake on the dad's part as well. Pair of them shut their mouths.
They were a bit too familiar to be mother and son.
I don't know.
Father and daughter.
It was definitely father and daughter. It was definitely father and daughter. Because they started speaking in French about me. And I went, I couldn't understand a word they were saying, but I went, I know French too, by the way. They soon shut their mouths. I thought, I ain't got a fucking clue what they were saying.
Good.
But anyway.
Good. They're lucky they got away with it.
Well, so yeah, it's a pissy backpack for me is tame.
Yes, I think it's very tame.
But yeah, quite lots of revenge stories today.
Lots of revenge stories.
Have you ever taken spineless revenge on anyone?
I'm sure I have, for sure.
I know. When I was looking at these news stories, I was trying to think if I've not done anything on that level, to be honest, but. I don't know. Have I ever done it? I threw up on someone's bed once on purpose. I drank a lot of vodka. I drank a mug full of vodka when I was really drunk, and then I threw up on the person's bed. I didn't like them anyway. It was a house party.
Yeah.
And I blamed my cousin. I think I talked about this on the podcast before. I can't remember.
When I do remember one time putting something really nasty in the Hoover when I was living in a shared flat with my housemates from university, because the guy had really pissed me off.
What did you put in the Hoover?
I put like this really like stinky old bit of sardines or something, and he was fuming because his parents were coming around and he wanted to use the Hoover and he couldn't because I fucked it all up.
My mum told me once, was it my mum or my nan? One of them told me once that they had somebody that they knew that was having an affair with someone that they knew, so they got dog shit and they put it all under her door handles of her car. I thought that was a good one. I've heard as well that vomiting in the bit, if you open the bumper of... Is it the bumper? The bonnet. What's the bit with the engine? Bonnet.
Oh, yeah, the bonnet.
If you do that and you vomit into, like, the air conditioning unit, that's another good one.
Oh, it makes me think of all those pranks. You remember when they were farting in their grands?
Oh, well, that's not revenge,
That's not
is
revenge.
it? That's just a prank.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Me and my friend Kate, we used to get revenge on people that parked too close to us. I'm not going to say what we did because I don't know if it's a crime.
Let's say that it is.
It was years ago anyway. Practically a fetus, we were so young.
Statute of limitations means they can't charge you for it anymore.
Do love a revenge story.
I love a revenge story.
Petty revenge, there's nothing like, especially gays as well.
Oh, I know, we're the best at it, I think. We are the best at it.
Oh, I love people. There was once I got revenge on an ex, but I feel like if I talk about this revenge story, I'm going to incriminate myself somehow, so I'm actually not. But let's just say I got some decent revenge on that arsehole.
Good.
Also, if he listens to this, you don't know if I can listen to this now, do you?
Well,
we love the fact that we're getting, obviously,
lots
as we
of
go
listeners.
Listen every week, it's going up and up and up. But you just never know, do you?
We hope they are listening, and this is a big fuck you to them all.
Get tickets to the live.
We'll cut you off in face to face.
It's in 2025. Anyway, there's been some pretty awesome revenge stories. Actually, people have, based on that story of the guy with a pissing on the backpack, whatever,
Yeah.
there were people have commented on this story
Okay.
about people, and they've spoke about their revenge stories. Nice. So should we read a couple?
Let's hear some of these. This is great.
So Stephanie has wrote, I already kicked my ex out when I got a notification on my phone that an Amazon delivery was on its way. I hadn't ordered anything, so I looked it up. Turns out he'd ordered one of those period cups for the girl that he cheated on me with. So I ordered a vibrator on his credit card. When he confronted me about it, I told him, you bought something for her pussy, I bought something for mine. Yes, Stephanie, that's the way to do it.
Love that.
That is the way to do it.
Love that.
It's the I feel like this is, we said the gays, but the girls are going to bring it with ease.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So Carla has wrote, I cut holes in all of my ex's boxers where his balls would sit, folded them up nicely and gave them to him when he moved in with the woman he ghosted our children with me and my children for. He told me that he would have to sacrifice his balls if he went back to that woman. So I wrote, sacrifice your balls on the boxers too. Him leaving us ended up being the best thing that's ever happened to us. Round of applause, Carla.
Yeah, well done, Carla.
Yes, if that was the best thing that ever happened to you, that you kicked that wanker out, but also, yes, cutting. I would have put itching powder in the boxers. Cutting holes where his balls just hang out, for me, again, is too tame.
Didn't we have a confession about putting hair removal cream into a that was in a shampoo bottle, wasn't it?
It was in a shampoo bottle, but I also feel like yonks ago now, one of the episodes, we did talk about somebody putting itching powder in the t-shirt.
Yeah, I do remember.
I think. Yeah. I can't remember the full story.
It's a classic. It's always there. It's always an option.
This one is short and sweet. Amanda said, I took the microwave turntable. Yes. That's the sort of petty revenge I can get behind.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Go on, Amanda.
Just, don't take the whole item, just like a little bit.
Well, the main part of the microwave is the turntable.
Well, that's it, yeah. Yeah.
I would have took it. That was a good one. This one's anonymous. When my ex-husband and I got divorced, the only thing he wanted was a really expensive bottle of champagne that we had. Someone had given it to both of us as a gift. I had taken it when I moved out, and he would not let it go, saying it was a present to him and not to us. So I took the bottle over to his place. When he opened the door, I poured half of it out on the doorstep before walking away and saying, there's your fucking half of the bottle. Now, I'm all for this one, but I would have drunk the champagne, filled it up with a cheap Prosecco, and then I would have gave him the bottle. You just poured away an expensive bottle of champagne on the floor just for revenge.
I suppose so. It does feel like a bit of a waste of champagne.
It feels like a big waste of champagne, in my opinion, because I love champagne. So
well, indeed.
Good for you for doing it, but I can't get behind that.
Better ways of disposing of that lovely nectar.
Colleen, God, they're all the girls, aren't they? Colleen said, I pawned his PlayStation 4 and used the money to sponsor a pig at the local petting zoo, which I named after him.
That's a great one.
That is fucking brilliant. Well done, Colleen.
I hope you gave him like first name and surname. Like
she said, well, she just said I was to carry on. I gave him the first, middle, and last name. Go on, Colleen. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Good one,
that's
isn't it?
Great. Well done.
He's like, where's my PlayStation 4? I pawned it. And I used the money to sponsor a pig.
Just like you.
Oh, God. Oh, this one's a guy.
Okay.
Come, guys. Bring it now.
Here we go.
She broke up with me in an email. So I subscribed her work email account to as many spam emails as I could, about 200 in total, including 50 sex toy newsletters. Enjoy the daily horse dildo letters, Hannah. He called her as a Hannah.
Hannah, there we go.
Enjoy the horse dildo. Imagine.
Try and explain that to IT.
Oh, this reminds me of a revenge story I once did.
Okay.
So me and my friends and my ex-girlfriend, God, you can tell that was a long time ago. We was all like having drinks. Fucking hell, it really is a long time ago. We went and bought a load of MD 2020. Have you ever heard that before?
Yeah, I do remember those.
We bought 3 bottles of that, and we sat in our friend's balcony, which was a really high flat in Thamesmead. Mm-hmm. Actually, one of the Misfits flats.
Okay.
And one of our friends got with a new girl, and we were all pissed off about it, so we kept ordering pizzas
Right.
to their house, like pizza after pizza after fucking pizza. Can't help but think years ago that was tame for me.
Yeah, you've come a long way.
I'd have put anthrax on the pizza now, wouldn't I? Oh well, right. That's nowhere near as good as their horse dildos.
No, that's a great one.
Oh god, yeah. Love a revenge story. So
There's so much to
good.
do, and sometimes it's so well deserved on that person who's
Obviously within the law. You don't want to get a criminal
law can be
record.
stretched sometimes.
Well, it depends, doesn't it? Yeah, it depends. Oh, you're right. This should have some vodka in it.
Yeah, nice with a bit of vodka, I think.
Do the talking while I swallow.
Okay.
It's not the first time I said that. God. Oh, anyway, enough about revenge
Yes,
stories.
well, that was our revenge part. Yeah.
I've got to talk about now. This is I don't know how this slots into this in any way, but we didn't have no rants for this week. Like usually, you know me, I love a rant.
Yeah.
But didn't have one this week. But what I will say is, I don't know if this is really a rant, but about that fucking Catholic boys thing that I saw on YouTube this week.
Yeah.
So, I am a massive YouTube fan. You know, I love YouTube. I prefer to watch YouTube all night than actual TV shows.
Yeah.
My ex used to fucking hate it. I'd put YouTube on and he would get really pissed off. Oh, I don't fucking watch YouTube. I want to watch it. But I love it. I love it. I can be on a YouTube loop all night long.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, YouTube is obviously, it's not a porn website.
No,
it's not Pornhub. It's YouTube. So there's fucking all sorts on YouTube. Anyway, I don't know how this must says a lot about my algorithm, but there was this like shorts that came up in this channel, and it was called Catholic Boys.
Yes.
Now, the description of said channel says, bold, colourful and authentic stories, all told in short films, offer a unique perspective of LGBTQ plus perspectives and experiences. Now that sounds lovely.
It does sound very lovely
That
when you
sounds,
really like that.
yes, it sounds like almost romantic. Like,
Very wholesome.
yeah, it sounds like a romantic. It's like it should be set in Paris or somewhere lovely. Well, the description, in my opinion, doesn't match the content. Now, bearing in mind it's YouTube, I can't work out whether it. Well, I mean, I can work out it's not suitable for YouTube, in my opinion. It's fucking porn.
Yeah.
It's innuendo porn, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
That's on YouTube.
I wondered what you'd been watching.
I know. Imagine me going into my story. Ronnie's been watching Catholic Boys. God. Well, anyway, I took a script. I've got an audio of just one of the many stories, and I thought I'd throw it out to the listeners of this podcast, and you tell me what you think. Does this sound like let me read the description again. Does it sound like a bold, colourful and authentic story which offers a unique perspective on LGBTQ plus perspectives and experiences? Or does it sound like a dirty fucking porno? So let's run the clip and you tell us as listeners to this podcast what you think. Right, so let's run it.
I know, that's what I told him too.
Good morning, Daddy.
Good morning, Robert. No, it's nothing, it's my wife's kid. Alright, anyway. Look, we have to have it done.
You want some eggs?
We have to have it done. The permits have to be in by Friday. We don't have a choice. Listen, I understand all that. Doesn't change a thing. Well, if they have to stay all night Friday, they stay all night Friday. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, I'll see you in a few hours and the bar after. Alright, man. Alright, thanks. Can I get something to drink?
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. And clean that up, Robert.
Got it. Why are you being like this?
Just clean it up. Use your mouth.
What?
Now, my mind's made up what this fucking is.
That totally is the start of a porn.
Good morning, Daddy. Use your mouth.
Use your mouth. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
No, this is just one of them. There's loads of them on YouTube, and I'm just like, this isn't appropriate
No, it's not.
for YouTube.
Considering they bleep out like swearing now on a lot of the videos we watch.
Well, but they don't swear in these.
No, they don't.
It's all innuendo, right? So if you fancy going on YouTube and having a look yourself, please put into your search history Catholic Boys.
Catholic Boys.
Make sure you do it in YouTube and not in Google, though, because I can't promise you that something really
That's very true.
Sexual might not come up.
Yeah, you'll get a lot far worse on Google.
Maybe that's where I'm going wrong. I'm putting in YouTube. Like Mormons.
Oh,
I've seen a few. I've seen a few Mormons. Basically, there's this porn star when I was in the closet, shall we say, or when I was toying with my sexuality, I really, really loved this guy called Christian Wilde.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever seen him. Anyway, he's a
Never
porn star, and I am obsessed with him. Like, still am now. He's stunning. Anyway, he did a porno. I remember watching this in my 20s, escaping the priesthood or something like that. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, I was like, "Fuck me, this is good." So yeah, apparently Mormon porn is all the rage.
Oh, there we go. Who
Mormon
knew?
porn, fucking hell.
Wow. Mormons had their time. They move on to Catholic boys. Obviously, Catholic
Well, you
boys.
imagine them, their little, like, elder big dick or something, like, on their little badge, knocking on the door.
They're always in their like white shirts and black
I know.
trousers.
Do you know what? I always find it funny when I see a Mormon walking along the street round here, because it's South East London. I'm like, is this real? There's quite a lot of them around here. Yeah, I see a couple at the 469 bus stop a little while ago. I'm like, what are you doing, Randy?
Just filming a scene.
Oh, yeah. Well, that definitely it definitely reminds me of porn.
Yeah.
There's no fucking
There's
doubt.
no doubt about it.
No doubt about it. Well, anyway, on the subject of porn. Fucking hell. Yeah, so apparently, keeping with the porn story, I saw an article. Keeping with the porn story, it sounds like I've been watching porn. I haven't. I saw an article on Andrew Christian. So Andrew Christian, obviously we know, is a designer.
Yeah.
He does really nice underwear for gays and straights. But jocks, lovely briefs. Anyway, I love Andrew Christian. Anyway, he did an article on porn, and it was the 7 biggest turn-offs in a gay porn. In a gay porno.
Okay.
So he he said that there were 7 big turn-offs in a gay porn film.
Okay.
Which people are just not here for.
Okay.
Any ideas what any of them will be?
I'm kind of thinking like in those ones where like it's meant to be like reality or something, that they have like some fat old guy in first.
But some people are
like
into
as
that.
a dad. No, but then they walk off and he's trying to do it behind his dad's back, or he's in the kitchen or something. I don't know. That's a real. I don't want to see that.
Is that turn-off?
Turn off, right?
Well, I don't know. I don't watch porn.
Yeah. It's a turn off. I'd say that was a turn off. I don't know. Other than that, I don't know.
Well, now we know what you're into.
No, but that's a turn off for me. I'm not into that.
Well, anyway, I'll spare you the embarrassment, and I'll read you a couple of. Well, I'll read you what he labels, Andrew Christian labels as turn-offs in a gay porno.
Okay,
right. So
let's
the
hear
first one is bad set design. Nothing says mood killer like a shoddy set. Where it's poorly lit basement or a bed that looks like it belongs in a college dorm room, invest in some decent set design. People, we want to be transported to Pleasure Island, not your mum's basement.
That's a good point.
I don't know, a dorm room sounds quite hot to me. Like, imagine that. Like, I don't think that's bad.
Would you imagine, or like in a prison cell or something like that?
That sounds good.
Okay. We know what you like.
Well, little prison, little convict, you know.
Okay.
Not like that girl that was on X, like YouTube, or not YouTube, Twitter, you know, this prison guard that was like riding the prisoner.
Being railed by
But, you know,
yeah,
I can see why people would like that, because it's like what's the word I'm looking
like
for?
Dom is dominant.
Well, no, I was going to say it's like experience something that you wouldn't usually
Oh,
experience
I see,
when
yeah.
going down the Dom sub route. It's like vicariously. You're living vicariously through,
Fair enough, yeah,
through that
okay.
porno. Well, yeah, I don't
Okay.
agree with that. Next one, overacting. We're all for a little bit of drama, but there's a fine line between a passionate performance and award-worthy theatrics. Tone down the theatrics, please. We're not at a community theatre production of Hamlet. Well, this one I can agree with. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't watch porn, but I have in the past. I think, listen, we all have. Everyone has.
Yeah.
Gay, straight,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
We all have. It's nothing worse than a badly acted porno.
I don't know. I would say like overacting would be I guess that when you described it, overacting makes sense. But if anything, acting in it is awful.
Yeah, I don't.
I wouldn't go to porn for acting skills.
I'm not really going there to critique the plot either.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not like, oh god.
He wasn't convincing as a Mormon.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, but you do hit like the cliche ones, knocking at the door.
Yeah.
Come to fix your pipes.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, I've lost my wallet. I don't know. They're not all fucking drama school trained, are they?
No,
Let's face
certainly
it.
not. Certainly not.
The American ones are worse than the British ones, aren't they? Fuck me. But yeah, overacting.
Yeah, definitely up there.
Next one is no passion. While there's fire, the heat and the raw desire, we want to feel the passion dripping off the screen, not watch two people going through the motions like they're assembling IKEA furniture. Well, don't watch a British one then.
No, very operational.
Oh god. I wonder if that's what Granny and Grandpa porn's like.
We'll never know.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, alright. Pop some on the screen at the live show.
We were only talking about a thing called Chasers the other day, weren't we?
Well, that's probably why they don't have married people doing porn, isn't it? Because it would be like, I suppose, I'm about to piss off a lot of married people now, but I imagine that's probably more like assembling some IKEA furniture than a one-night stand is.
Very true. Very true.
How do you rehearse for that, though, to make sure that you're not going through the motions? I suppose it's like improv, right?
I suppose so, yeah. Like, what? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not the one to ask.
God. Next one is bad tattoos. We love body art as much as the next guy, but not all ink is created equal. Those poorly done tribal armbands or misspelled words can be a major buzzkill. Keep it classy, folks. If you're watching porn, it's not classy, my love.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But yes, I fucking hate those tattoos. You know, like especially gays having the two black.
Well, yeah, I didn't realise that had like history in the gay community. Doesn't it have something.
I don't know. I have no fucking idea. I just don't like the look of it. My ex had them two.
Those two bands is a sign, and like a lot of straight people were getting them for years and years. But apparently, it's got some gay significance. I can't.
It's
remember
the same
what it
with
is.
stars.
Okay.
Stars. Apparently, I don't know if it's gays or lesbians. When they have a star, I think it's gays. Could be wrong. When they lift their arm up and you see the star.
Right.
No, I think it's lesbians. I'm not sure. When you're out and you lift it up and you can see the tattoos on their arm, you know that the person is a gay or a lesbian person.
Okay. Interesting. Okay,
I'm sure it's one of the two.
There we go.
Hence why I've probably got loads of. Look how many stars I got on my arm. Have me back. Fuck me. No, I think you might be right with that armband thing, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is, but I'm sure I read it quite recently, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
Didn't we say before it was like the level of fist?
Oh, maybe that's what.
Isn't
Yeah, that's
that
what
it
we've talked
is?
about it here. Yeah,
it's like how much when you fist a guy,
Yes,
or a girl, how like deep you can get it
go.
in. Fuck me, my ex was up by his shoulder. Just to add, he didn't fist me. This is before we met.
Was he a farmer or something?
Well, he surrounds himself with a load of pigs, so yes, probably. God, fucking hell. Actually, there's two more. Bad background music. So nothing ruins a hot scene like a cheesy elevator music or a sound alike of the latest pop hit. We're here for the action, not poorly curated Spotify playlist. I agree with this one. Like, I remember being a teenager, and that fucking 2 Girls 1 Cup video went round. Do you remember? But anyway,
yeah, disgusting.
Not that the footage in was criminal itself, and it was disgusting. But it was like that elevator music.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. That's really well known. Like, obviously, I don't know if it's still the case, but you think of like 70s, 80s porn.
It's like techno music, isn't it?
Really weird. Yeah, like lounge elevator-y type music. It was not nice.
I know, like I've seen a couple of pornos in my time, and it's like incredibly techno at the beginning.
Yeah,
like you like drag the time thing to the middle, thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna stop in a minute." No, it carries on. Carries on. You're like, fuck me, I'm trying to do this in private. Like, no, you couldn't watch an old porno in your house, could you?
No, you
anymore?
couldn't. No. Well, it lasts longer than some of the Passion does in some of those scenes. I think, to be fair.
Well, the last one, and that say if we don't have the bad background music, what about the fake moans? So he says, we get it. You're trying to sell the fantasy, but those fake moans sound faker than knockoff Louis Vuitton bags. If you wanted to hear someone recite Shakespeare in the throes of passion, we'll head to the local theatre. So there you have it. Raise the bar and demand better for our porn. After all, we deserve nothing but the best when it comes to getting our rocks off. Fake moans. Some of them are bad though, aren't they?
I suppose, yeah. Well, you quite enjoyed doing that on this train in the morning.
Yeah, that's funny though. But that's the point of it. That's because it's fake and it's stupid.
Yeah, absolutely. In the middle of a intimate scene.
Well, even in general, I think we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. And I'm like, I can't stand people being vocal. Like,
no, yeah, in the bedroom.
God,
yeah,
really. Do that again.
No, that's it.
Oh, is that what you sound? We'll play that again at the end. Fucking hell. But yeah, well, I agree with some of them.
Yeah, I agree with some of them.
I do agree with some.
Yeah.
God. All right, keeping my porn for a minute. There was a poll recently, and it was the most searched for gay porn subjects.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, there's a top 7.
Okay. Christ.
Well, no, they're not going to be. They're not all bad.
Okay. Fine.
So let's see if you can guess any of them. Right. So have a guess, and I'll tell you after.
Okay. Well, I guess the first one you'd have to say is like twink. Is twink in there?
You'd be right. Number 1, the number 1
Really?
search term
there we go.
this year in the gay world was twink. Don't get it, don't understand it, but
yeah,
each of their own.
Yeah, okay.
Go on, you on to a winner.
Maybe it's got to be something like straight boys or something like that.
Did you write this fucking
No,
list?
I didn't know. Is that number 2?
It's not number 2. It's kind of like 3 and 4. Number 3 was curious straight friends.
Okay.
And number 4 was straight.
Okay.
Now I can get that one.
Yeah,
Curious straight thing. I kind of get that. Kind of get the vibe. Okay. Sound like you're a bit too familiar with all this.
No. I mean, these are kind of obvious terms.
All right, come on. We've got twink. We've got curious straight friends. We've got straight. Any more? Don't try and pretend that you don't know now.
I think you're the real now. I don't know. We've just talked about it. Fisting. Is fisting in there? No. Okay.
Fucking hell.
I was on such a roll.
Oh, God. It's not fisting. Fucking hell.
Is there anything to do with, like, there's a lot of, like, cartoon porn that people like?
Number 2 is anime.
Really? There we go.
You know too much about this. Alright, so we've got twink, anime, curious straight friends and straight. There's 3 more. Of the most searched terms for gay porn this year.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to quit while I'm ahead. I don't.
I wouldn't necessarily say you're ahead. You sound a bit too familiar with these search terms. Anyway, number 5 was furry.
Okay.
So furry porn.
Interesting.
I've never seen a furry porn.
I never. No, I wouldn't have chosen that as another guess.
No. Number 6 is doctor.
Okay.
I've seen one of those before.
Okay.
You know, like you go in and the sexy doctor's about to give a examination.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Better.
And number 7 was massage.
Okay.
Well, I said this a couple of weeks ago, didn't I? You know that? Oh no, it weren't shaving. It was shaving. It weren't massage. It was shaving.
Yeah, you did. That. I don't get that either. I don't get either of those. Like,
I mean, the massage one is not as bad. But
I suppose
shaving.
I suppose. Yeah. I don't think I'd want to watch. I wouldn't want anything erotic happening when someone's got a razor blade in their hand.
But you'd be quite happy for someone to be fisted.
No.
Good Lord. Oh, this podcast gets worse and worse every week. Well, on that note, I think it's time to listen to some fucking confessions.
Yeah, let's hear.
As if we couldn't get any worse after this one. Yeah, but let's listen to some slutty confessions.
Let's hear them.
Got quite a lot to get through. This week, so we're going to dive straight in.
Okay, let's go.
This person says, warning, graphic content. Last night, up in the club, I had a guy on the sex swing. Okay, so we now know what sort of club this is.
Yeah.
I've never used one before, and all I can say, it was amazing. The swing in motion caused sensations that I didn't know were possible. Anyway, I digress. I felt I was going to come, and I did. But instead of cum, it was just a stream full of piss. This had never happened to me before. I literally filled his butt with piss. He didn't seem fazed, but then I pulled it out and there was an unholy torrent of piss and butt juice that projectiled all over the floor. The smell was demonic. We hastily cleaned up and ran out. We were the only man on man in the room, and for the straights it must have been one mighty scene. The shenanigans probably turned everyone into that room homophobic. Happy Halloween, guys. Fucking hell. I didn't read that one like before. So these confessions, like I've got to say, like when we do them, we don't read them before. We kind of read them, we skim them, but I don't read them all. I didn't read that whole one.
Oh God!
I'm not sure if this was going to make the edit, but
How did he? I don't know. I question like if he orgasmed.
I don't know if you're going to ask me to try to explain this. I don't know. I've never even been on a set. I have no idea.
No idea. Maybe it's best that we don't know.
When he says butt juice, the smell was demonic. Oh my God, that's gross.
What a confession. What a way to start the confession.
What a way to start the confessions there. I mean, it's a juicy confession, but God, that's made me feel a bit sick.
Yeah, it does feel, yeah.
Next one, I was on the receiving end of a glory hole at a rave. Okay. I went to a rave, a pretty underground place, kind of run down, a little bit sketchy, that a friend took me to. The night started up pretty slow. Some dancing, some substances, but then I had to use the bathroom. So I found an area which was a bit like a porta potty. The place didn't really have designated bathrooms. I got in one and almost immediately I noticed a pretty visible hole bordered by duct tape. I kind of found it funny when I sat down to do my business. I thought I'd stay a little bit longer, just in case anyone wanted some, and I actually got one. He asked if anyone was in the end. I stuck a finger through, and he stuck something significantly larger through the hole that I ended up sucking on. After that, he called a friend over and I blew him too, as well as quite a few people through the hole and a lot more outside in the open.
Wow.
Fuck me, that's one sort of rave, isn't
Yeah,
it?
jeez. Well, there we go.
Oh, God. Oh, that, again, like, great confession, and we love these confessions on this podcast, but it also makes me feel just a little tad bit sick. God, and also a rave, people must be sweaty.
Yeah. Well, you said you've never been to a rave.
I've never been to a rave, but this doesn't make me want to go to one.
No, it doesn't encourage you to go to one, no.
No, definitely not. I'm not about to go to a rave. And if I do go to a rave, which is probably not going to happen, if I see a duct tape glory hole in the toilet, probably not going to wait around to see what comes my way.
Not going anywhere near that.
Oh, God.
Anywhere near that. No.
Oh, imagine next day you'd be like, God, what did I get up to last night?
I'm sure I took something. Oh, yeah. A couple of dicks.
Oh, a bit of duct tape slapped to your face. Think, where's that come from? Oh, God. The next one, her name is Penny.
Okay.
Hello, Penny.
Hi, Penny.
And she said, I pretended to be a boy. I'm 19 years old. To be honest, I'm quite short and petite. I'm around 5 foot and basically completely flat-chested. I don't really know why I did it, but I decided to see if I could pass as a boy. If I dressed up as a boy, I wore a hat to cover my face a little bit, and I stole some of my little brother's clothes, and it totally fucking worked. I even went into the men's bathroom and nobody gave a fuck. I was so excited that I sat in the stall and played with myself whilst listening to the men around me, and I ended up squirting a little bit to the toilet. I doubt I need to say it, but I'm very abnormal.
I don't think I would say abnormal. If that's what you want to do, and that's the way you want to live. And
I kind of think it's a little bit criminal, though.
It's
going
probably
into a
little bit
male
criminal.
toilet.
Yeah, probably a little bit criminal.
Thank you for the confession, but I don't understand this one. I watched a documentary once about a girl that pretended to be a boy.
Okay.
She got with she had these girlfriends, and they basically thought she was a boy.
Oh, right.
And then when it came to having sex with her, she used a strap on.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Again, you should probably be locked up for that. But yeah, I can't help. I mean, we love a confession, but this one's a little bit odd, my love.
No, that's fine.
Right, next one. Suck my manager's cock to get a job. Okay.
Do what are you going to do?
I really wanted this job, and I had a feeling the hiring manager wanted me to work for it. That's one way of doing it, love. For the final interview, I wore a nice little skin-tight skirt and no knickers in the hopes of showing him what he really wanted. I mean, he's fucking brave. He's probably like, I'm gay, love. After that, he told me directly if I wanted the job, I needed to make him happy. So I did what I had to do. Spread my legs and showed him my vagina, telling him how ready I was to do everything and get the job. He then pushed my skirt, started rubbing himself on me to get me all hot, and then he ended up fucking my face. My love.
The jobs market is hard,
God.
but not as hard as your potential
She
manager.
signed it off by saying, I love my job. Oh my
I'd
God.
love to know what the job was.
I'd love to know what the description was for the job. Wonder what the cover letter was. God.
Wow.
I hope like HR ain't on this one because fuck
Maybe
me.
it was an HR job. Who knows?
Well, you know what they say about people in HR.
There we go.
I wouldn't do that to get a job.
No, I don't think I would either.
I'd be like, no, I don't think so.
No,
Said
no
this.
job. No job's worth that.
Well, I don't know about that one. Fucking hell. This one. She started it off. I can't even read this one. I fucked myself with a cucumber at Asda.
Oh,
Oh God, everyone's in for a treat with this one this week.
okay.
She was like, I was running some errands and I was in a sundress and nothing underneath except a plug in my arse. God, this girl's kinky.
There we go. The butt plugs are.
I'd been working from home all day and I was all worked up and horny. When I was in the shop, I spotted a huge cucumber and I had an idea. I grabbed one that was about 8 inches and very girthy. I bought it and casually made my way to the toilets and stuck the cucumber in with me.
Oh my God.
The toilets were empty, so I made my way to the large stall, locked the door behind me, stripped off my dress, and I went to town. Fucking hell. Now, exciting as this may be, Asda?
I know. Yeah. Well, obviously that's where the cucumber action is.
God, it should have been. I would have been. I could have been behind it if it was Waitrose or even M&S. Fucking Asda.
It's only the organic, douchey originals cucumbers that are
They're probably really girthy at Asda because they're genetically modified.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
No, I'm not counting off Asda because I like my ice lollies from Asda. We
Yeah.
all know I love a lolly.
Yeah.
But I'm not about to go fucking buy a cucumber and go to the
No.
toilets.
Absolutely not. That's weird.
I should give her that key that I've got that unlocks all the toilets. I hope she didn't take that cucumber home and feed it to her family.
At least you didn't.
That would be a revenge story, wouldn't it?
Oh,
She
that
should-
would be a revenge
Oh,
story.
if her husband pissed her off.
Or take it back and got a refund.
I hope it was one of those cucumbers that had the plastic on
Plastic
it.
around it. Yeah, let's hope so.
Still, her vagina would have smelt nice.
Very true.
We love a cucumber.
Very true, yeah. Cleansing, right? Cleansing.
Oh, my love, don't be fucking cucumbers at Asda.
No, there's other ways. There's really other ways. Lots of other ways.
At least it weren't a turnip or something.
A marrow.
Watermelon. You know. What has this episode become? Next one. God, sorry, it's taking my breath away. Can you pass me that? I need a drink. Oh, here we go. Another little gin and tonic.
Sorry.
No, I like opening it. I like the
Yeah.
noise it makes.
There we go.
Lovely noise, isn't it?
There we go.
It's like when I'm working and I hear a cork pop, I'm like,
Where's my glass?
Ronnie, it's 10 a.m. Calm the fuck down. Next one. God, the girls are bringing it. At the beginning of my shift at work, I took my knickers off and shoved them inside me. Fucking hell.
Okay.
It felt amazing. The whole shift, I was leaking over myself, my underwear. Afterwards, I took them out and put them back on for the drive home from my shift. I was sitting there in my damp panties, added a hint of shame to the whole experience. I will 100% be doing it again, and I think I might do it a step further and start wearing a dildo underwear while I'm at work. Well, my love, everyone's been doing that, according to these fucking confessions.
There we go.
But, I don't know, panties.
I don't know, yeah. That was...
I wish I had leather seats in her car. See, if they was fabric seats...
Oh, yeah, that would be really, really uncomfortable.
It's like that sardines in the Hoover that you were talking about. Oh.
Let's hope sardines is not the similarity.
I don't know, like, of all the things you can be putting in.
Yeah, I don't know. That's well, I guess if you've got nothing else to hand, but yeah, still.
God, all these confessions. It's the girls bringing it this week.
Absolutely.
So we love it. We love it when the girls bring it, don't we?
We do.
And so the next one, I can't resist the jets in my bath. We've recently got the jets in my bath fixed, and ever since then I've been basically addicted to them. I'm finally free, so when I got out this morning, I ran a steaming hot bath, and the first thing I did was put my vagina on the jets. The way it massages me and teases the entrance to me feels so intense, and I have to stop for a cool down. This means I end up spending an hour and 45 minutes in my in my bath, stopping and starting all over again. Normally I don't have enough time to spend like this, so it's such a luxury to tease and please myself in a nice hot bath. Fucking hell. Imagine it, I'm just going for a bath. Babe, you've had 4 baths today, what the fuck's going on?
I didn't know you could. That's quite a nice bathtub.
She must be earning some dollar. Well, no, it's just as hot. You can get spa baths, can't you?
Yeah,
like,
you can
get spa baths. But I'm like, the fact that she said we've recently had our jets fixed, we know why they broke then, don't we?
Overuse.
Also, be careful, my love, because if I can't but think that might damage you, because they say like overdouching, don't they? It's not good for you. Careful with those jets, babe.
Yeah, don't go overboard.
When I get in my hot tub after I film this, I'll know what she means. God. Oh my god. The next one's a guy. I wore my prostate massager out in public today. After yesterday's adventure out in my back garden, I decided to be a little bit more daring and wear my prostate massager in public while shopping. I wonder what happened in the garden. I kept it on a very low setting, didn't want to go over the top straight away, just went about shopping. Felt so naughty walking around, it felt amazing. No one knew what I was doing. It was my little secret. But after about 90 minutes of constant pleasure, I started to feel the telltale signs of a coming orgasm. I tried to get in my car in time, but in the end I had to take myself off to an alcove while everybody was in the street, and I had full body pleasure surge my whole body. I was so turned on by humiliated and shamed at the same time. It was really intense. I quickly covered myself in my backpack so no one could see, and I staggered back to my car. We'll definitely be doing this again. Either way, my wife has the controls. I mean, that's nice, isn't it?
It's quite a nice ending to an otherwise filthy story.
Just like, babe, I'm just going to get some petrol and shop into Sainsbury's. Wait! Got your prostate massager. What's the difference between a prostate massager and a butt plug?
Well, this is what I'm saying. I guess like a prostate massager will vibrate, but I don't think. I'm sure you can get vibrating butt plugs, but I don't think all butt plugs will. I don't know one. I never have done.
I've never heard of a prostate massager before. Like I just thought that would have been
maybe it's the male version
butt plug. I'm not googling it. I've got enough. Got enough for the fucking Catholic boys. This next one. People are bringing it today. Like the Asda one made me laugh. This is a lady. I sucked off a guy with a tag.
Oh my god, yeah.
You know?
Oh god.
It was my first experience, which I liked. He was a fat old guy and he kept teasing me, so I gave in and I sucked him off. I ate his ass as well.
Oh god.
Fucking hell.
You could only ever go around to their place though.
Well, that's it.
Their dingy
I can't help but
room.
think though, if you were like going down on someone and then you like pulled their pants down and like got to their legs and you saw an ankle tag on it, you'd be like, oh. There she's into that prison porn that you were talking about.
Well, there we go. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
God. Oh my god! This is sounds sexual when it probably is to an extent, but it's not what I thought it was.
Okay.
So the title of this confession is "I let him use my legs." So she said, "I keep this short and sweet. 1.5 years ago, I adopted a puppy. Now, not a pup like you're thinking, or sexual, like
okay.
Right,
an
actual puppy, right?
Okay.
He's been really good, but my vet told me he's going to be in heat soon, and we've never had him neutered, and he's going to be really humpy. She recommended that I let him just hump my furniture, but I really don't want my lovely furniture to get dirty, so I've just been letting him do it to my legs so I can just wipe off whatever mess he makes. Oh. That's disgusting.
That is disgusting.
I'd rather. Why can't you just buy like shitty old cushion from like Primark?
But I guess as well, like a dog, can you train them to hump specific things? If they're on heat, then they just go for everything, though.
Yeah, but surely but that's my point. If he's on heat, surely you just throw an old cushion down or an old toy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you know what this person should borrow? The plushies. Remember a couple of episodes ago?
Yeah.
Where they was humping the plushies. That's what she needs. She needs a plushie.
There we go.
You can even get a dog plushie.
Yeah.
You'd think he's like, I don't know, he's pulled.
A lot cheaper than a leg wipe down. A lot less traumatic than a wipe down of the leg every half hour.
Oh my god! Right, this is another Halloween one. I keep forgetting that it's obviously this whole weekend has been Halloween parties, right?
Yeah.
This girl said, "I got eaten out at a Halloween party."
Oh, good for you.
Well, good for you. I mean, you know me, I hate Halloween.
Exactly.
Maybe I could get behind this party. So she said, so this happened this weekend. I was at a Halloween party with my husband, one where you're obligated to go, but we still had to go. We got there, and it's your usual adult party, drinking, chatting, and some people in costumes. I was dressed as a last-minute Hermione with a checkered top and skirt, and my husband wore a wizard robe. The night goes on, and I'm buzzed, and I get separated from my husband, and I make my way to the bathroom. I run into an old fling from long before I got married. She was dressed as Red Riding Hood. We ended up chatting, drinking, flirting, remembering the old times we had, and I'm not going to lie, there was a bit of sexual tension. She would run her fingers up my legs occasionally. Flash forward a few hours later, she pulled my skirt up, my panties dangling out, and she ate me on one of the beds in the back rooms.
Oh my God.
I haven't been with a woman since her, and it felt bloody amazing. I told my husband later what had happened, and he was really pissed that he missed it. Fucking hell. Well, dressed as Hermione as well.
I know, yeah, God. Red Riding Hood eating out Hermione.
Oh, God. What has this podcast become? You know what I was saying earlier? That when we looked at the beginning of this podcast, which was over a year and a half now,
Yeah.
the titles of these episodes was a lot more tame.
There was, yeah.
Than, I mean, do you know what we didn't mention last week or the week before? We hit 50 episodes.
Oh, yes, last week was our 50th
Last
episode.
week,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
But in those 50 episodes, it's got a lot worse.
Aggressively worse. Yes, we're totally untamed now.
People seem to like it. I don't know why. Okay, last one. This is my favourite confession in a while.
Okay, let's hear it.
So she said, well, the title of this confession is He Had a Degrading Milking Kink.
Okay.
She goes, hello, my name is Vanessa.
Hey, Vanessa.
Hello, Vanessa. Welcome to the fold. I'd like to talk about a night that I had last week. I was out with some friends and I met a guy who was really hot. He talked to me the whole evening and kind of mentioned multiple times that he likes fat girls and how hot he thinks I am. I am a fat girl.
Okay.
I got home with him that night and everything was fine. I sucked him off and he was so dominant and degrading. He then made me go on all fours and started to grab my tits and milk me like a cow. He told me it's a huge turn on for him to milk fat girls with huge tits.
Oh, my God.
I'd be like, who the get on all fours and he starts milking her like a cow. Fucking hell. My favourite confession of the night.
Again, I've got so many questions.
Go on.
I mean, surely you only produce milk if you're pregnant.
Well, I don't think it's the
It's not just the
it's not milk
motion
coming
of it.
out. I think he just likes the motions of it. But imagine, like, sitting down, like, and he goes, get on all fours, thinking that he's going to do something really sexual.
Yeah.
He reaches under you and starts...
Pulls a bucket out from underneath.
But as if that isn't humiliating enough, she then asks why he's doing it. And then he said it's a huge turn on for him to milk fat girls with huge tits. I would literally have kicked him out my house there and then and be like, who the fuck do you think?
Wow. That's that's quite an unusual fetish. I don't think he probably gets much action.
I mean, he probably thought he was onto... Well, I don't know. I mean, if that's a fetish, he probably thought he was onto a right winner.
There we go.
Bless her, though. She was like, obviously he told her in the night that he likes bigger girls, and she's like, well, I'm a bigger girl.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
I don't think she had that in mind.
No, exactly, yeah. Oh,
Just at that
wow.
point, it's like, oh, okay. Do we carry on? Do we... Let me go get my bucket.
I've started. I might as well finish off. Oh, God.
This
Poor
has been
Vanessa.
Vanessa, I hope you had fun. That's all I've got to say. Well, this has been a very lovely episode, hasn't it?
Indeed, yeah, from start to finish.
Maybe we'll be tame next week.
Nah.
No, we're not going to do that. Anyway, yes. Thank you for listening. I know
Indeed.
this one has been a bit of a filthy one, as it always is.
It always is.
But yeah, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for the confessions this week. They've been great.
Fantastic
Really
ones,
bought
yeah.
it with the controversy this week. We love
Absolutely.
it. As always, we love to hear it. We love to hear it. But yeah, thank you so much. Please continue to like, share, subscribe. You can listen to us on Amazon Prime, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Audible, all other streaming platforms, and of course the website www.rbtwthepodcast.com.
Yes.
You can also find us on socials
At RBTW Official on TikTok and RBTW the Podcast on Instagram.
and RBTW the Pod on X as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Find us on that.
Find us on all of them. Message us. Reach out.
Tell us your confessions.
Tell us
We
your
love them.
confessions.
And as always, please remember that we've got a live show 29th of November 2024 at the Tramshed Theatre in Woolwich. Tickets are still selling fast.
They really are.
But there are still some available. Promises to be a very good night. We've got lots planned.
We do indeed.
And we will be dropping the merch that night as well.
Yes,
So-
indeed. Yeah.
Yes. So please book a ticket. Come and join us. Have some wine on us and raise money for
Seed support,
a
yeah.
really important charity, which is really
Fantastic.
close to our hearts.
Absolutely.
So yeah, thank you for listening. And yes, please continue to listen. We love it. And yeah, we shall see you next week on the next one.
See you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.